Hello and welcome to this video on the Bhopal gas tragedy, one of the worst industrial disasters in history. In this video, we will delve into the granular details of the tragedy and understand what led to it, its impact, and the aftermath. The Bhopal gas tragedy occurred on the night of December 2-3, 1984, in the city of Bhopal, located in the central Indian state of Madhya Pradesh. It was caused by a gas leak at the Union Carbide India Limited, UCIL, pesticide plant in the city. The plant, which had been operational since 1969, was owned by the US-based company Union Carbide Corporation, UCC. The gas leak was caused by a failure in the plant's safety systems. One of the storage tanks containing methyl isocyanate, MIC, a highly toxic gas used in the manufacture of pesticides, had been filled beyond its capacity. The safety systems, including the refrigeration unit, were not working correctly, leading to a buildup of pressure in the tank. The safety valve, which should have released the excess pressure, was defective and had not been repaired for several months. The gas leak resulted in the release of around 40 tons of toxic gas into the air, affecting the surrounding areas. The gas cloud spread over a distance of 40 square kilometers, affecting over 500,000 people. The immediate effects of the gas exposure were severe, including respiratory problems, eye irritation, and loss of consciousness. Many people died on the streets due to suffocation or cardiac arrest. The long-term health effects of the gas exposure were equally devastating. Many people suffered from chronic respiratory problems, vision impairment, and neurological disorders. There was also a significant increase in the incidence of cancer and birth defects in the affected population. According to official estimates, around 3,000 people died immediately after the disaster, while another 15,000 died over the years due to the effects of the gas exposure. However, independent estimates suggest that the actual death toll may be much higher, up to 20,000. The immediate response to the gas leak was inadequate and poorly coordinated. The local authorities were ill-equipped to deal with such a large-scale disaster, and the emergency services were overwhelmed. The hospitals in the city were ill-equipped to handle the large number of patients, and there was a shortage of medical supplies and trained personnel. The lack of information and communication also hampered the rescue efforts. Union Carbide Corporation was held responsible for the disaster, and legal proceedings against the company began soon after the tragedy. In 1989, UCC paid $470 million as compensation to the Indian government, which was considered grossly inadequate by many activists and victims groups. The company also set up a charitable trust, the Bhopal Hospital Trust, to provide medical care and rehabilitation to the victims. The Bhopal gas tragedy sparked a wave of activism and protests in India and around the world. The victims groups and activists demanded justice and better compensation for the affected population. The Indian government set up several committees to investigate the disaster and its aftermath. However, the slow pace of legal proceedings and the lack of accountability of the company and its executives have been criticized by many. In conclusion, the Bhopal gas tragedy was a tragic event that had far-reaching consequences for the people of Bhopal and India as a whole. While much has been done to address the immediate aftermath of the disaster, the long-term effects of the toxic gas continue to affect the lives of thousands of people in Bhopal today. The disaster also highlighted the need for stricter safety regulations and corporate responsibility in the chemical industry. and its impact is still felt in the ongoing struggle for environmental justice around the world.